Hello and welcome to FX Addicts weekly currency market update. Today is July 13th, Friday the 13th, and we're having a little bit of a rebound today for the euro and for the pound. Euro's up about 36 pips right now, and the pound is up about a little over 135-ish area, having quite the move. So really much needed here. If we look at the charts here on the euro US dollar, we are very oversold. We came down to this minor trend line like we kind of expected, and we've now bounced off of it yesterday and today. So we're probably due here for a period maybe of a week, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks of upward sideways movement and consolidation. So we could do that here for a little while. If we look at the weeklies, we can see how that could pull us up, make a little bit of a flagging type of situation here for a week or two, and then probably a sell-off again. Now, the market never really got up to this next channel line here. It got close here this time, but this is now quite a ways away, and really not expecting it to make that much of a move. So we could consolidate here for a week or two. It's very possible, and then sell off. Or we could come into next week. This could be the correction that we've been looking for, 1 or 2 days, and then next week we could have another extended period moving downward. We need to get down to this 118 area and close down there. Technically, and we could do that in 1 week from here. It would be quite a bit of a stretch, but it is possible. More than likely it would take several weeks. If we did bump up for a week or two and then sold off, then we could probably do it in a 2-week period. On a monthly basis, well, this month is shaping up to be fairly negative. Really don't expect it to change much by the end of the month. It's still to end up negative on the end of the month. Really would be surprising if we ended up positive. This is now the middle of the month, so we have 2 weeks of trading left. Really expect it to end up down around that 118 level for the month. So really longer term here, it's still very, very bearish. British pound today rising quite a bit here, back up to just about the mid 155 area. We could possibly garner a little more, probably not today, but maybe Monday session we could get up 156 area. That wouldn't be a surprise at all, and then we could sell off from there. Now the stochastics are very oversold here, but we could rally for a couple of days and then sell off. There really is that good possibility. This kind of a pattern that we're in right now, this will be the third wave now where we've moved up a little bit, so we could really fall off the next time around and take out these lows. If we look at the weeklies here, we've talked about this minor trend line here for quite a long time, and we have bounced off of it several times now, and really gone nowhere once we bounced. So there is certainly some support here, but more importantly, there's no real buying interest. So sometime here in the next week or weeks, it's going to clearly break below this level and close down significantly, probably down around the 150 area on a weekly end, and that would signal then further declines that would take us down into the 130s, and we can see that very clearly here on the monthlies. We've bounced off of this line several times now, and each time we've managed to rally up a fairly decent amount, but less than the last time. And this time now, this is the 4th time we're here. It is having a very difficult time rallying from here. Stochastics are clearly pointed downwards, so really would not be surprising for us either this month or next month to really close down the month significantly lower, and probably even lower than the 150 level, as we can see here, and then head down to the lower 130s. That's certainly a longer term view of it, but that could come on fairly quickly as well. U.S. dollar against the Swiss franc, probably topping out for an intermediate term right here. At least maybe a couple of days of correction would be healthy for it. Pull back to about really about the highs that we made back here, so maybe around 97.20 area. So now a pullback of about 120 pips would be quite healthy for it. On a weekly basis, well, weekly looks very strong here. We're just moving right along. The next real resistance that we'll run into is right up here, which is all about just about, let's see, where are we here? Just about 100.50. It would be really exciting to see us close up above that. It's been a long time, a couple of years, so it'd be really nice to see us back up above that par level. Monthly, boy, the monthlies look very, very strong here. We got that spike low both on the weekly and the monthly. Really looks very positive for us to keep going and get up there. If we could get up and close above that 103, 105 area, very, very strong then, and would break that 10-year downward move that we've had. So longer term looks very strong still. U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen fading here quickly. It's been now in this consolidation for pretty much most of the month of June and July. We've been in this same trading range, and it's having some difficulty going down, but it's also having probably more difficulty going up. We first ran along this minor support line, trend line. We broke through it this week, and now we've had trouble going back above it. So realistically, we should sell off, and we should sell off down to at least these lows, maybe even lower, and then we can rally back. Now on the weeklies, we can see how it looks like a little bit of a flagging pattern here, and we could rally up out of here. But it really would not be out of the realm here for us to go down and test these most recent lows, taking us down around 78.20 area or something like that. And on the monthlies, boy, it still looks very strong on the monthlies, even though this month is now negative. Longer term, if we close out the month positive and above last month's highs, that would be very good, and we could then rally up higher. Now this month we could sell off a little more and then rally back towards the end of the month. We could close right where we are and still not be in any kind of a bad situation here technically. So overall, still looks fairly positive long term. Euro Swiss still in the same range, around that 120.10 area. Probably not going to move until something happens with the euro. Euro yen falling off during the week. Today we're up just slightly, up about 18-20 pips now, coming into the close area. We're following this trend line, this upper channel line. It's having some real difficulty getting through that, but it is riding along it. We are now getting down to this area where we had this little spike low in the dailies, and we'll see if this now becomes a support area. It really should be. We should bounce from here. Probably not a lot, but we should bounce a little. And if we look here at the weeklies, we can see how really we're having a lot of difficulties with a rally of any sorts. So longer term, it really looks like we'll break down here, get down to that upper 80s, lower 90s area. We are now on this converging of these minor trend lines that we've been popping in and out of lately. So realistically, what usually happens in this kind of a situation is it just blows through this to the downside quite a bit, probably a couple hundred pips, and would close down there. Now on the monthlies, really looks weak. You know, we've had this major sell-off here, and now we have this declining wedge here. Really is bearish in all sense of the word, and technically we should get down to these 1999, 2000 lows, which would put us in the upper 80s, lower 90s area here. And we could do that this month still, with 2 weeks left, or we could do it next month. But it really does not look like we could rally back up For us to get up to 113, 115 now, boy, that would take a lot of effort. That would take a lot of positive energy to really rally up that high. So the odds of that are very, very slim at this point, and we're really looking for this to hit those lows made about 12, 13 years ago. So that is it for this week. Please stop on by FX Addicts. I am around most days, most of the time, from 8 to 8 Eastern Time, and be more than happy to answer questions or talk to you about any trading that we do. So stop on by and say hello. Thanks.